Hello, English 10. Hope this video finds you doing well. It's Sunday night, and I'm just going to run through our activities for the week of April the 20th through the 24th, just so you have an idea of what's going to be going on. And this week actually is going to serve as a little bit of a transitional week as we're going to be finishing up our poetry unit Monday and Tuesday, and then we're going to be sliding over into the last lecture, beginning that on Wednesday and Thursday and for the foreseeable future. So for our poetry unit, two assignments, both of which you should already be aware of. On Monday, April the 20th, there's the poetry unit test. There's no memorization that is required, and I have copies of the poems also included within the test, which is going to be 50 questions, 50 points. All questions are multiple choice, and the main 6 poems that we have been taking a look at, same song, Grape Sherbert, We Real Cool, Ex-Basketball Player, Heart, We Will Forget Him, and then Simile are the 6 poems that are included on the test. But again, you'll have copies of those poems that you can take a look at while completing the test. And all questions are multiple choice question with I believe 4 answer options for each one. So there's taking a look at the content of the poems, but also then some of the poetry terminology, various types of rhyme or figurative language like alliteration, hyperbole, that kind of stuff. So that test is for Monday. After Monday, I'm going to lock the test. So if you did not take the test on Monday, you'll have to schedule a time to make that up with me because it won't be available after Monday. And then on Tuesday at some point would be the submission of your 20-line original poem, which some of you have already begun to submit. So just make sure you do follow the requirements and guidelines for those poetic devices. And if you take a look at Google Classroom, in the remote learning folder, I still have the material for the unit test, which was the copy of the poems in case you need to take a look at it, and then also the materials for the poetry submission, which has both the video and then the requirements. And remember, in the assignment area for the poetry submission is already a Google Doc that is shared with you, so you can just write your poem in here and then make sure that you do complete what the various figurative language poetic devices are for your poem. So just make sure you do complete those requirements besides the composition of your 20-line poem. So Monday and Tuesday, we'll complete that poetry unit. Then the next work that we would be covering in traditional classroom is the last lecture of the book, which was published in 2008 by Randy Pausch. Randy Pausch was a Carnegie Mellon University professor for computer science focused in virtual reality, and he dies in 2008 due to pancreatic cancer. So in 2007, he delivers what's called the last lecture to an audience at Carnegie Mellon, which is recorded, and that really becomes very popular. And so from that speech before his death, he composes the book version kind of the speech, where he goes into some more details about some things from his life. And basically, it's a book that's kind of dealing with advice and just kind of short anecdotes. So it's all nonfiction, but we're going to be taking a look at some excerpts from the book and do a lot of journaling kind of beginning next week and kind of do some responses. And we'll have some little short reading check quizzes that'll go with those reading selections. So we're not going to, and those would be digital copies of the book, obviously, with us not being in physical school right now. But for this week, we're going to primarily watch his recorded speech. So his speech is a little over an hour, about an hour, 15 minutes. And so I have it broken down mostly into 2 parts, both of which are approximately 30 minutes long. The first part is about closer to probably 35 minutes or 36 minutes. But on Wednesday, I'm going to have you watch a brief introductory bio of him. It only takes about 3 minutes. And then the first part of his speech, and this will be on Ed Puzzle, which you have done with already the poetry. Now there's going to be a fair number of questions on the on the video for the Ed Puzzle when it comes to his actual speech. So for both of these, parts 1 and part 2, you're going to be taking a look at about 20 plus questions, 22 and 24 respectively, I believe. So part 1 is going to be Wednesday, and then you'll be watching part 2 on Thursday. And again, that one is roughly 30 minutes. So there's not going to be any written parts that you're going to be doing, but the videos for this week with Randy Pausch will kind of be good at giving you an idea of who he was as a person. It's good to kind of have an image and voice, kind of sound with the stories that he's going to be giving. So as we move into some other parts of that he covers within his book, Last Lecture, for the following week, you already have some familiarity with him. So taking test for poetry unit on Monday, submission of your poem, your original poem by Tuesday, and then some things with the last lecture on Wednesday and Thursday. And remember, for this week and all 5-day weeks from here on out, Friday serves as an independent learning day, so any kind of projects that you would be working on, Friday's an opportunity to work on those, or if you have to make up an assignment or whatnot, Friday would be a time to do that. So, I have your weekly planner as always with which assignments are due when. But do know when we have a 5-day week that Friday for all your classes would be in independent learning, so it gives you an opportunity to kind of get caught up. So we'll be working work that's assigned is going to be on really a 4-day week kind of basis, knowing that Friday will be a catch-up day for you. Hope this video finds everyone doing well, safe, happy, and healthy. Any questions you have, feel free to either send me a remind, give me a comment in Google Classroom, or send me an email. But otherwise, I'll see you until next week. Have a good one.